Hello, my name is Andrew, you can call me Cookies, and today we will be taking a look at each of the boss encounters within the dungeon halls of Atonement, and figuring out how to play them as a healer. Hulkius, the Sin-Stained Goliath, is the first boss encounter within the instance. As a healer, we will need to be mindful of the zone that constantly sits around the boss. Players outside of this zone will be feared, so quickly dispel them if this happens so that they can jump back into the safe area. Crumbling Slam will hit the tank for a moderate amount of damage and will leave behind a patch of glass shards, so don't step in these. Everything else in this encounter is avoidable, so help put in a lot of damage into this boss and play the mechanics correctly for a fairly straightforward and easy first boss. Next up, we have Echelon. Be sure to have a curse dispel within your group, which is covered by any spec of Druid, Shaman, or Mage. If you don't have a curse dispel in your group, you'll want to bring some potions which will remove curse effects, which are available now in Shadowlands. This is important to have for Curse of Stone, which inflicts all players with a movement speed slow, which turns into a stun. Stone Shattering Leap puts a targeting circle around one random player. The goal here is to dispel the targeted player so that they can move freely with Stone Shattering Leap away from the other players who will be stunned from the curse when it expires. This mechanic is doable without a curse dispel, but it will make it significantly harder to deal with. Be sure to put a lot of healing into players who have threat on the Undying Stone Fiends when Echelon casts Stone Call, and other than this, the boss does not pose any significant healing challenges for us. High Adjudicator Elise is up next and will deal heavy damage to the group with Volley of Power if it is not interrupted. She also deals a moderate amount of damage to the tank if Bolt of Power is not interrupted. The primary mechanic to prepare for as a healer in this fight is Spectral Procession, which summons a Ghastly Parishioner. This ad will fixate a random player and will deal heavy damage to nearby players until it is brought to one of the glowing vessels on the edge of the encounter space. Stay more than 8 yards away from this Ghastly Parishioner, if possible, and you will take very little to no damage from it. The last boss within the Halls of Atonement is Lord Chamberlain, who will cast a series of avoidable abilities. What we need to be mindful of is the Ritual of Woe cast, where 4 players will need to stand in between the boss and the 4 surrounding statues. The players will intercept a beam which will deal a moderate amount of damage over the duration of the channel. Be sure to have group healing ready to go, and other than this, watch when the tank becomes afflicted by Stigma of Pride, a debuff which will deal ramping shadow damage every 3 seconds over a total duration of 18 seconds. And that covers all the bosses within the Halls of Atonement. Like the video if you found this useful, and let me know in the comments which boss in the dungeon is your favorite to heal. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.